Hello friends, welcome to our free online video lecture series for engineering aspirant organized by Professor Ram Meghi College of Engineering and Management, Patnera. Now, this is our lecture number 2 on successive differentiation. So in the lecture 1, we have seen another derivative. Definition of another derivative means the process of differentiating same function again and again is called as another derivative. Now also we have seen some notation on this another derivative and some results, like we have seen the first result. If y is equal to x raised to power n, then the another derivative of this function is n factorial. Also we have seen the second result. This is an important result. The algebraic function, if y is equal to ax plus b raised to power m, then yn is equal to m minus 1 m minus 2 up to so on, a raised to power n ax plus b raised to power m minus. In this way also we have seen this result. If y is equal to 1 upon x plus b, then yn is equal to minus 1 power n n factorial a raised to power n upon ax plus b raised to power n plus 1. And finally we have seen this last result. Y is equal to log of ax plus b. This is a logarithmic function. Then yn is equal to minus 1 power n minus 1 n factorial n minus 1 factorial a raised to power n upon ax plus b raised to power. So we have seen these results in the previous lecture. Now there are some another results which is based on this another derivative. So one by one we will see our result number 5th. That is for if y is equal to sine of ax plus b. This is a trigonometric function. Then we have to find out the nth derivative of this given function is a raised to power n sine of angle ax plus b plus n pi by 2. Okay. So look at this. We will try to solve the nth derivative of this given function by using the process of differentiation. So firstly, here we take this given function as it is, means sine of ax plus b. Now you have to find out the nth derivative of this function. So for finding the nth derivative, we simply apply the definition of successive differentiation. Means the process of differentiating the same function again and again. So we get the first derivative. This first derivative is y1. So you can see this first derivative is y1. A cos of ax plus b. Now how we get this a cos of ax plus b? So it is very simple. Firstly, we take the derivative of this sine is cos, whatever be the angle. So here the angle is ax plus b. So we can take this angle as it is. Means we get the derivative of this sine is cos of ax plus b into derivative of this angle with respect to x. So we have the angle is ax plus b. This b is constant becomes 0, and simply we take the derivative of this ax is a. So we get a cos of ax plus b. But if you observe the nth derivative, so this nth derivative simply in terms of sine, and here we get the result in terms of cos. So we will try to convert this cos in terms of sine. So we can take this result. Cos theta is nothing but sine of pi by 2 plus theta. Means if we convert this cosine in terms of sine, so we get theta plus 90, means it is pi by 2 plus theta. So here the angle is x plus b, and here we will try to convert this cos into sine. So we simply get this constantly as it is. Cosine becomes sine, but angle is changes to ax plus b plus pi by 2. Means it is simply cos theta is nothing but sine of pi by 2 plus theta. So we get the required result in terms of sine. Now when you find the second derivative, so we simply get y2. Now this a keeping as it is, sine becomes cos, angle is x plus pi by 2, and the derivative of this angle is a. So this a into a becomes a square. So this is the derivative of this sine of this angle. But we want the result in some sine. So you get simply the conversion of this cosine in terms of sine by addition of the angle pi by 2. So this pi by 2 plus pi by 2 becomes 2 pi by 2. So we get the derivative of this y1 becomes y2 in terms of the sine of ax plus b plus 2 pi by 2. Now similarly you can find the third derivative. So when you find y3, so it simply becomes a cube cos of ax plus b plus 2 pi by 2. But when you convert this cosine in terms of sine, so this angle becomes in addition of pi by 2, means you get a cube sine ax plus b plus 3 pi by 2. So if you observe the pattern, so similarly we get the nth derivative. Nth derivative means here we get a raised to power n, because you have to find the another derivative. Likewise, when you find the first derivative, so you simply get the term a. When you find the second derivative, so you simply get the term a square. If you find third derivative, so you simply get a cube. Now here we have to find out another derivative, means we simply get a raised to power n sine of angle ax plus b plus n pi by 2. Okay, so this is the nth derivative of this given term sine of ax plus b. Now similarly we will find another result, like look at this. The next result is, if y is equal to cos of ax plus b, then yn becomes a raised to power n cos of angle ax plus b plus n pi by 2. Okay, now look at this. You have to take the given function as it is. It is as similar as the previous result. Our previous result was simply for sine of angle ax plus b, but here it is for cos of angle ax plus b. So we have to apply the same procedure. You have to find the first derivative y1, means it becomes derivative of this cos is minus sine of angle ax plus b, and derivative of this angle ax plus b is a, means we simply get a minus a sine of ax plus b. But also when you observe the given function, so you have to show the given function in terms of cosine, and here we get the result in terms of sine. So we simply convert this sine into cosine by using this result. Now we have the standard result, minus sine of theta is nothing but cos of angle pi by 2 plus theta, means it is simply when you convert sine into cosine, so we simply get cos of 90 plus theta. So here also, here the angle is ax plus b, means you have to consider this angle is theta, and the conversion becomes a cosine of theta plus pi by 2. Similarly, when you take the second derivative, so as usual we get the uh, derivative of this term is minus a square sine of x plus b plus pi by 2. But also you will try to convert this sine into cosine. So here we get in addition of pi by 2 for cosine. So we get the angle is cos ax plus b plus 2 pi by 2. Similarly for y3, and when you find the another derivative of this given function, so observe the pattern, yn becomes this another derivative becomes a raised to power n cosine of angle ax plus b, and this is the nth derivative, so we get n times of pi by 2. So this is the final answer of this result. So we can find out this result by using this process of successive differentiation. Also we see the another result. This another result is if y is equal to e raised to power ax sine of bx plus c. Now if you observe the function, so it is the combination of two functions. Before this we have seen the single valued function, but here we have the multiple valued function like exponential and trigonometric. Before this we have seen algebraic function, logarithmic function, also the trigonometric function. But if you observe the given function, so it is the combination of two functions, exponential with trigonometric, means it is e raised to power x sine of bx plus c. Then you have to find out the another derivative of this given function. So finally we have to show that the result is a square plus b square raised to power n by 2, e raised to power ax sine of bx plus c plus n into tan inverse of b by a. Now we have to show that this result. So before showing this result, we simply take the given function as it is. So you can see this. The given result is if y is equal to e raised to power ax into sine of bx plus c. This is the given result. Okay. Now by the process of differentiation, we have to apply the definition. So it is simply differentiating with respect to x, we get. Now it is the product of two functions, so we can apply the product rule. What is the product rule? First function keeping as it is, or we will try to take the derivative of this first function. Exponential का derivative जो है वो exponential होता है, means we get e raised to power x into derivative of this ax is a second function sine of bx plus c keeping as it is. Okay, now plus first function keeping as it is. This is our first function. Now take the derivative of second. So we know that what is the derivative of sine? It is cosine. What is the angle? Bx plus c. And derivative of this bx plus c is b. So we get the first derivative like y1 is equal to e raised to power ax a sine of bx plus c plus e raised to power x b cos of bx plus c. This is the product rule of this exponential and trigonometry. But when you observe the result, you have to show that the term is a square plus b square raised to power n by 2. Means when you see the another derivative, so this another derivative is yn, and if you observe this given function, so it is given term, so you get a square plus b square raised to power n by 2. Means this is the another root of this term, and here we simply get one function for sine bx plus c plus n tan inverse of b by a. But if you observe the first derivative, so we get two terms for the function sine as well as cosine. So here we have to use some proper substitution and try to make this two function in terms of single valued function, that is sine of whatever be the angle. So for this purpose, here we have to use some proper substitution, and this substitution is what? A r cos theta and b is equal to r sine theta. This is the proper substitution. Now how we get this substitution only, or why we get this substitution only? So here the reason is that if you observe the angle, so it is tan inverse b by a, and if we will try to find the value of this theta by using this, divide this equation 2 by 1, so we simply get b by a is equal to r sine theta upon r cos theta. This r is the common term, get cancelled. Sine by cos is tan. Tan theta is equal to b by a, and when we find theta, so we get simply theta is nothing but tan inverse of b by a. So that we use this substitution here. Now this is the polar substitution. So when you find the value of r, so it is very simple, taking squaring on both sides and then add it. So we simply get the value of r is equal to under root a square plus b square. And if you divide this 2 by 1, so we simply get theta is equal to tan inverse. Yes, simply it is b by a. Okay, so we get b by a. So that we take this substitution. Now using this value in the above equation, so we get y1 is equal to this e raised to power ax is common for both the terms, so we can take this common value from these two terms, e raised to power ax. R cos theta, this is the value of a sine of angle bx plus c. Here we simply put the value of a is r cos theta plus e raised to power ax keeping as it is. What is the value of this b? It is r sine theta, so we have to substitute r sine theta cos of bx plus c. Now we will try to take the common term from this equation. So e raised to power ax is common as well as r, so we can take this e raised to power ax into r taking common. The remaining term is cos theta sine of bx plus c plus sine theta cos of bx plus c. Now if you observe this bracket term, so it is simply of sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. This is the addition formula for sine by using this result. Sine of a plus b is nothing but sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So using this result, we have to use this value. This is of the term bx plus c is one of the value of a, and this theta is nothing but b, means here we get sine of a plus b. So this is our first derivative for the value of e raised to power ax r sine of bx plus c plus theta. Now similarly, if you find the second derivative, so there is no change in this exponential term, but when you take the second derivative, so we get the multiple values of r. Means here we get r into r is r square as well as the multiple values of theta. Means theta plus theta we get 2 theta. So you get the angle for sine is bx plus c plus 2 theta. Similarly, if you find the third derivative, so here we get r into r means r cube, and in addition of theta for this 2 theta, so we get 3 theta. So in general, if you observe for another derivative, so we get e raised to power ax as it is r raised to power n, because this is the nth derivative, and in the angle of sine we get bx plus c plus n theta, because this is the nth derivative, so we get n times of theta. Now, when you substitute the value of r, so what is r? A square plus b square raised to power 1 by 2. Means here the power is n, so we get n by 2. Exponential function keeping as it is e raised to power x sine of angle bx plus c plus n into theta. Theta is nothing but your tan inverse b by a. So we get finally tan inverse of b by a. So this is the another derivative of exponential with trigonometric function of sine. Similarly, we have the another result on this exponential with trigonometric function, like you can see this, the second result. uh, just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, now look at this. The second result is if y is equal to e raised to power ax cos of bx plus b. Only the change is that in the previous example we have seen e raised to power ax into sine of bx plus c. But in this result we have exponential with the trigonometric of cosine. Otherwise the result is same. Then you have to show that yn is a square plus b square raised to power n by 2 tan e raised to power ax cos of bx plus c plus n tan inverse of b by. So by using the previous result, we just overlook this result. Now look at this: y is equal to exponential with trigonometric. By the process of differentiation, we have to apply y1 is the first derivative. Here we have to use the product rule: e raised to power x cos of bx plus c into derivative of this term is a. Now e raised to power ax derivative of this cosine is minus sign, so we get minus sign of bx plus c into derivative of this bx plus c is b. So we get this product rule for this exponential with trigonometric of cosine. Now we have to use the same substitution: a is r cos, b is r sine, and you have to find out the value of r from this substitution as well as theta. Now when you using this result or this value or this substitution in the above equation, so we simply get this value. Similarly, when you try to find the common term from this equation, so you get like e raised to power x into r cos theta cos of bx plus c minus sin theta sin of bx plus c. Now this is the expansion of cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, means it is the expansion of cos of a plus b. So instead of this whole term, we have to use cos of bx plus c plus theta, because this bx plus c is one of the angles say a, and theta is the another angle say b, means we get a plus b means bx plus c plus theta. Now when you find the second derivative, so it is simply for taking e raised to power x, and we get the multiple value of r. Since it is r into r is r square. Similarly, in the angle, in addition of this theta, we get the another term of theta means 2 theta. If you find the third derivative, so you get theta plus 2 theta means 3 theta, and in multiple of r, we get r square into r is r cube. Similarly, in general, when you find the nth derivative, so we get e raised to power x into r raised to power n cos of bx plus c plus n theta. So this is the nth derivative of this term. Now substitute the value of r and theta, so we get the required result of the given equation. So here, when you see, so in the previous lecture we have seen 4 results which are based on the nth derivative, and this lecture also we have seen the next 4 results like trigonometric for sine and cosine, as well as the combination of exponential and trigonometric for a sine and cosine. So total we have seen 8 results on this nth derivative. Now in the next lecture, we will see the examples on this nth derivative and try to find the solution of this example. So thank you for watching our free online classes, uh, which is uh, uh, which is organized by the Department of First Year Engineering. And in the next lecture, we will see the examples on this